Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you another Make It Monday tutorial. Today, I'm going to share with you this new Natural Botanical stamp set, and this is a reversible stamp set. And in my opinion, the two biggest stamped images are not clearly exactly reversible, but you can use them to create cards in a unique way. But the other ones are truly reversible. So let me show you what I mean about that. So for the larger stamp, you can see that because of the way it is and on the reverse side versus the stamped image side, it's never going to line up perfectly, and you can't really bend it and make it go straight because there's not enough surface area to do that. So in my opinion, these two big ones are not really reversible. You can kind of give that off look, and I stamped this one twice. This one just once. You can really make sure you don't try to line it up and just get a background. I did find that I liked it better without the stem on the solid side. But again, these two I don't really consider reversible. However, the other ones are great. They're very much reversible, and I enjoyed making cards with this. So the smaller one, you can see it kind of stamps right on there. This one I stamped in pumpkin pie with the detailed side, and I did crushed curry on the reverse side. And then this one I stamped off to give it a lighter image. So I stamped the solid side and put it in the ink, stamped it off, and then made the lighter color on both of these. This one I stamped with the crushed curry, the same color as this, and this one I did pumpkin pie, or not pumpkin pie, pecan pie, to make it a little more detailed. This is boho blue, and this is granny apple green. So let me show you what I mean by that exact stamping. We're going to bring in some granny apple green, and I'm going to get my image, and I'm going to use the small leaf, and I'm going to put it on so that the detailed side, the side we normally stamp on, is on there. And then I'm just going to sauce it up in my ink, and I'm going to stamp it straight down on my paper. Okay, that's just like a normal stamping. And then what you want to do is you want to clean off the stamp, and you want to make sure you get it really dry. You want your stamp dry, and you want your block to be really dry, because otherwise it will not stick on there. So now you want to put that detailed side down opposite that we normally do. And then I like to sauce it up, and I try not to get the stem because I think it looks better when the stem's not on it. So you can kind of see through it. If you get a little bit, it's okay, but I like the look of it better when you don't. And I stamp it off to get the lighter color, and then I just bring it right back on, line it up, and then you get that detailed not really two-step stamping, but reversible stamping. And like I said, the smaller, or the smaller ones worked better because they weren't angled, but the bigger ones had too much of an angle. So that's my take on it. You can see what you think, but let me show you the cards that I created. So my first card, I used just the plain stamp, and I colored it with some watercolor pencils. This is the metal 3D embossing folder, and I put that on some early espresso, and then I put a square of crushed curry, I fussy cut this out, and then mounted it on my early espresso, and that's our first card. Now all the supplies and all the measurements will be available on my blog at blessedbycards.com in a free project sheet. So our second card, I used the big stamp, but I didn't use the reverse side. I just stamped, and I stamped it again to get the lighter color. So I stamped randomly on a piece of white card base, and then I stamped another one on a white card base, and I colored it again with the watercolor pencils. I took a strip of Mossy Meadow and just put it on this side because I cut this out with the die from Linked Together. And then I attached a strip and it was a little bit longer, and then I just used my paper snips to trim it so that it would just be a little accent on the bottom. And then I did use Stampin' Dimensionals to attach this to the card front, and that's our second card. And the third card, I did use the reverse stamping, and I stamped this in Old Olive, and I stamped off to get that lighter image. And again, I stamped then this straight image on it. And whichever way works best for you, just play around with it, whether you want to put the solid on first or the detailed. So it's kind of personal preference. This is a 3x4, and I mounted it with a little bit of Old Olive, and again, on an Old Olive card base. And this Thinking of You is from Wonderful Thoughts. I did pop that up with Stampin' Dimensionals. And again, like I said, all the supplies and all the measurements and photos are on my blog in a project sheet. So you can hop on over there to blessedbycards.com and download that for you. Okay, so that is my Monday, and that was the Natural Botanicals. And this is a reversible stamp set. So I hope you enjoy creating cards. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, be blessed.